Usually it's just the tone of voice for me. Sometimes when I ask my wife a question she answers honestly, but in a tone that screams shut the fuck up, or just sounds purely annoyed. That shit hurts yo. It's usually questions to make sure I'm not about to fuck something up that she wants done. Near the end of my marriage, in counseling, I said to my now ex, it's come to a point where I have to decide if I really want to know the answer to a question. She in turn asked why. I said because you respond one of two ways. I don't have time for you right now, or that's a stupid question. Worst part is there are questions I really have to know the answer to, and you don't see that. All in the name of trying to salvage a family. Being only as good as how few mistakes I made. Clean the kitchen, vacuum, make the bed, take the dog on a super long walk, do this is whatever project around the house she asked me to do, all on my own accord, or because I just like doing something for her. But ultimately, forgetting to throw out a meatball sub that's been in the fridge too long becomes metric by which I'm judged. It actually kinda hurts a lot. Dude, my mom was this way. In the end I realized that no matter what I did or how well I did it, she would still get pissed or angry about some other thing. Kinda fucked with my head as a kid knowing that nothing you do will be good enough. Sitting down together to watch a movie or show I'm super hyped about, only to find she's on her phone half the time trawling Facebook. I'll flat out tell her we can turn it off. If all she wants to do is scroll Facebook or play Word whatever, I'll shut it off and go play a video game. Yeah, but then she puts her phone down angrily and stares at the screen, still not paying attention. When you make a polite, non-committal advance and you're so snaps at you like you're a creep she's never met. That shit really hurts. Bonus point multiplier for every year you've been together. Not tonight, babe, but thanks would suffice. For sure nothing feels worse than the regret in their eyes, like you're just so ugly, they can't believe they made that mistake. Yep, you're with the wrong girl. Or you just haven't made it clear that you feel that way. When my children were younger and women would refer to my care for them as babysitting. It isn't babysitting if they are your own children. You are being a father. I took food to work and everyone seemed to really enjoy it. I then hear this: tell your wife that was delicious. I told them that I made the dish. They were in disbelief. I had to rattle off the ingredients off from memory and how it was prepared for them to start to believe that I could produce something so delicious. I do most of the cooking at home and pride myself on being an exceptional cook. They couldn't comprehend that I cooked something that they enjoyed. It was very insulting. If I'm dressed nicely I hear that my wife must have helped dress me. What is that about? I dressed myself. I do laundry. I have a good eye for color. I could go on, but I'm getting upset just thinking about the many times that the conversation implied that I was inept because I was the husband or man in the situation. I hate when my wife does this. She won't say babysit, but she will say things along the lines of while I'm gone, keep an eye on the baby. If she's hungry feed her. No fucking shit. Really? My wife used to do that, but then I started taking pictures of my baby in staged, dangerous situations when she was gone and sending them to her with texts like this is what you meant right. She ended up getting the hint lol. When they say anyways after you say something that is rude, no matter the gender, no other way to take it, especially if that Nichan says it. I consider myself handy. I can do quite a bit around the house. But the few times I wasn't able to do something and she said, oh, my dad or brother could do that. Niche, they dead. I don't remember any zombies rebuilding, ducking, dishwasher or redoing the upstairs bathroom, do you? If I sound bitter, I might be. A bit. I can see how that bothers you. For me I'm just glad my boyfriend knows how to fix things that I don't. If he can't, I don't give him a hard time for it. It's not like he does it for a living. Sounds very unappreciated. I could go on, but it's not the post for it. And I've left it in the past. Thank you. Went out on a date, be on the phone through dinner, or distance themselves from me when we were in public. Some of my friends do this to me. I demoted them in my mind. Yeah, it sucks. I see it as disrespectful, and don't say you can multitask. Things come up where you may need to use it for a minute, but the entire meal? When my ex and I first started dating, She used to gush that I was everything she thought a man should be. Near the end, she screamed at me once to be a man because I was suffering allergic reactions from her new cat. It was tough to hide that bruise. Yeah, real men don't have allergies or feelings. I drive my girlfriend around a lot since it's convenient for me to pick her up when we go out, but when I do ask her to take public transit somewhere she sometimes flat out refuses. But when she takes transit to meet up with her friends, she doesn't bat an eyelash. I choose to give that convenience I'm worth taking transit for too. That I'm a thirsty nice guy if I'm just trying to be nice and expecting nothing in return. I'm married, I'm not interested in you, and I'm sorry that I tried to put some kindness out into the world. I think the /r/nasega has ruined it for everyone. Sometimes you get skeptical when someone, regardless of gender you just met, is too nice to you. Your mind goes straight to, what's their motive? Because in this shitty world, most people are only overly nice to you when they want something from you. I despise the presumption that I can't cook or do laundry because I'm single. I can do most domestic tasks better than my ex ever did. I hate when people assume, because I'm the working husband, that I do nothing. Niche. I cook meals, pick up the kids from daycare, do the laundry, do the cleaning. Some days this feels real one-sided. Yeah, as a working mom, that sounds one-sided too. Anything you can delegate over to her? I over-exaggerate really. Sometimes I feel like I do everything, but I'm sure she feels the same some days. Oh, can confirm. I was making dinner when she drops that bomb on me. Girl, just give the curry a chance. I rely online? Both. Make plans and then cancel last minute. This hurts no matter who is doing it to you. Because you have made sure that your time is set aside for whatever it was you were going to do with them. Then they cancel, and now you have nothing to do. I could have done a lot of other things in this time, but it's too late now to set things up. I'm a young professional. Telling me I look like a child doesn't help. I have always looked roughly 4-5 years younger than I'm starting at 13. I'm 23 now. I'm used to it. At 21 I was called 14. I overcome it by dressing older, speaking older, trying to be more intelligent, being quieter. I have been told I have the presence of a 25-year-old, looking at 18 over 19, but am the age of 23. It makes no sense lol. As a 23y/0 who looks 15, I got a day I disagree. I love to be underestimated, and every time some old hag says you look so young I can't help but think yeah, and you look like you died 2 weeks ago. Edit. Although I do think a pretty sternst foo with a smile on my face every time I get, are you sure you're old enough to drink? Mixed bag, but I'd still rather look younger than older in the long run. Anything about balding or receding hairlines? That shit is messed up and really traumatic for a lot of dudes. I'm balding at the ripe age of 23. When I asked my GF if she would still be attracted to me when I was bald, she responded, I don't know. I know that's not a great answer, but I've always been shallow about that kind of stuff. I showed her what I looked like with cropped hair and a beard and she changed her mind, but it still sucked to hear that at the time. /. As painful as that response might have been, I say she deserves the respect of answering it up front and honestly. A lot of women I know would dodge around a question like that and try to avoid answering it. Oh yeah, that hurt, but I respected it. I'm just glad she liked the bald/beard look. I have red beard, so you can't tell I'm not a natural redhead if I have no hair. Lol. He's a tough guy. He can handle it. I am, but a little bit of help is always appreciated. Some women try to belittle me due my looks, my mother included. I shrug my shoulders and smile like a yes man. Some women try to belittle me due my looks, my mother included. That is rude as hell. I'm sorry. I'll admit, there are times I don't want my son to leave the house looking like that, whatever that may be, and times that I don't like his haircut, but as long as he's in clean clothes and not wearing anything inappropriate, I'll let him go. Fidru's mom, your job is to support your son. Give the man a little kindness please. That everything wrong that happens, even stuff they, exes, relatives, friends, have done or I can't control, is somehow my fault. I don't break my back over deferring to them anymore. When she says the music I listen to annoys her and gives her a headache when she knows music is what I live for. Feels like she's insulting me and not the music. I'm sure I take it too personally. Yeah, my ex didn't like me controlling the radio when we drove places. She also didn't want me singing, even though she would on her songs. She said it was because I was being serious when I sang, and she was goofing off just because I was trying to keep with the tune. That didn't last long. PLZ subs buddy.